We were in the 26th verse of Hanuman Chalisa. I'll read it again. We went through the meaning of this particular verse. I'll read it again. Sankat te Hanuman chudave, manakrama vachana dhyana jo lave. So it's not just repeating the Lord's name mechanically, without any meaning, without any purpose. Just like a parrot repeats, it's not like that. We have to connect with the Lord whenever we are chanting His name. So when we chant His name, whatever be the deity whose name we are taking up, we should be able to connect with that particular deity, that particular Ishtadevata of ours. And at what levels should we connect? Mana, Krama, Vachana, Dhyan. We have to bring the Lord into our lives at the thought level, word level and the deed level. So if all these three are taken care of, automatically we are well set on the spiritual path. Thought. At the thought level, whenever we think of the Lord, obviously it's only divine thoughts, noble thoughts will come to us later on also. When we are finished of our japa and dhyana, negative thoughts, destructive thoughts will not come to us. Krama means activities. So whenever we undertake any activity at all the levels, we must perform it as though we are performing it to the Lord, for the Lord. Again, it is not only that we are performing it, but the Lord is performing that activity through me. He is using me as an instrument. And later on, when the karma pala comes also, it's all the Lord's. That samarpana bhava should come to us. Vachana means words. Our tongue should be cultured. Very often we all say we are all educated people. But when we speak, when we interact, when we communicate, what is the language that we are using over there? So educated person having degrees need not be a cultured person. And a very cultured person may not have degrees also. So according to us, not educated. So at all levels, word, thought, word and deed, we must bring the Lord. In this case, it is Hanumanji. Bring him into our mind. The bhava is to be all right. Then what will he do? Sankatate Hanuman chudave. He will lift us up, or he will relieve us from all our troubles, hurdles, challenges, obstacles, whatever it be, our grief, our sorrow. He will take it away from us. Sankata means kashta, difficulties. We will be able to overcome all our difficulties if we invoke the Lord meaningfully and feelingfully. So with regard to this, there's a very beautiful story, incident. We normally call Hanumanji as Sankat Mochan Hanumanji. In fact, there is Sankat Mochan Hanuman Stotra also is there. So we can chant it. So why is he called as Sankat Mochan Hanuman? We should know. It's a title that has been given to him. It describes him, an adjective that has been given. So normally we say Sankat Mochan Hanuman, Sankat Mochan Hanuman. The very beautiful story behind it. Ravana, the king of Lanka, because he was so powerful, he was so mighty, he had all the boons with him, and therefore he went to the Devaloka, defeated the Devatas, and as a victory symbol he brought with him the Navagrahas, the 9 planets, which are, all of them are very, very powerful. Astrology, astronomy are a part of our science. So our blueprint that we have brought into this life, which we call as prarabdha, it is individual at our level. But at a cosmic level, universal level, macro level, it can be seen in the positioning of the 9 planets over there. So there is a perfect oneness and a connectivity between micro and macro, individual and cosmic, the individual and the universal. So he brought the 9 planets with him, the Navagrahas with him. This was to show his strength and might. And then what did he do? He put them all as steps, so that he can walk over them and then finally ascend and sit on his throne. He placed them all face downward. So the 9 planets became 9 steps, face down. So he would walk on their back and then ascend the throne. This was what he was doing. All the Navagrahas were helpless. And then it was the time for his son to be born. Meghanatha was supposed to be born. So we all know when a child is born, normally they will cast the horoscope. And what does the horoscope tell us? It tells us about the positioning of the planets. If the planets are favorably positioned, it is good. If not, adverse effects will be there on the child. So parihara, etc. So he wanted to make sure that his son Meghanatha is born when all the planets, all the 9 of them, are in their favorable position, and not little, to the best. Which means nothing should happen to Meghanatha. He will become very strong, he will become powerful, he will become invincible. This was his plan. The Devatas came to know about it. That Ravana is going to make sure that the positioning of the Navagrahas will be such that when Meghanatha is born, everything will be favorable. So they immediately rushed to Narada and told him, this is what he is planning to do, this is what he is planning to do. When the time comes for the birth of the child, please do something about it. So Devarshi Narada went to Lanka, went to the palace. Of course, he was well received by Ravana, and he said, why have you come? He said, no, I just came to visit you. And then he looked around, Narada looked around, and he noticed the 9 planets over there. So he glorified him, praised him, flattered him. That's what Ravana wanted. And he said, you have kept all the 9 planets as stepping stones. But you should do one thing. You should not put them all face downward. You should put them all face upward. What is the glory in walking on their back? You should be walking on their chest, is what Narada told Ravana. Let them all look at you walking, because face downward they can't see Ravana stepping on them. They should all see you stepping on them and ascending the throne. That will show to the whole world, to the Devatas and to the Navagrahas also, what you are, your power, your might, your strength, your glory. Ravana got carried away and he said, Devarshi, you are right. I am going to do that. Narada had finished off his work and then he left. So Ravana immediately turned over all the 9 planets so that they were face upward now. So whenever he ascended the throne, he would walk on their chest. When he walked on their chests, Navagrahas, all their drishti, their gaze fell on him. Surya's gaze fell on him, Chandra's gaze fell on him, Mangala's gaze fell on him, etc. But the most powerful gaze belongs to Shani Bhagavan, Saturn. We are told if Shani Bhagavan looks at anybody, his gaze falls on anybody, then trouble starts for them. We won't go into the details of that, why troubles, etc. Because Lord Shani Bhagavan doesn't want to give us any trouble as such. All that he is doing is he is making sure that we pay for our karmas which we have done earlier, good or bad. So anyway, if Shani Bhagavan's gaze falls on anybody, bad times start for a person. That's how it is. So when Ravana stepped on every graha and walked up, Shani Bhagavan's gaze also fell on him, which means his bad times have started. Ravana is also a great astrologer. He knows the science of astrology. So immediately he realized what mistake he had made. And he was very angry with Narada, but he couldn't do anything. Shani Bhagavan's gaze had already fallen on him. So he got very angry. And he said, of all the people, Shani Bhagavan is the one who creates or gives more trouble. Therefore, he took this one graha, one planet, Shani Bhagavan, away from all the other planets and put him into a dark room and locked the room. Bound him over there and then locked the room. Bolted it. So that nobody will know where Shani Bhagavan is. So Shani Bhagavan was inside, concealed or imprisoned in a dark room in Ravana's palace. After many years, Lord Vishnu descended down as Rama, and we know the story of how Lord Rama, Sita, Lakshmana came to the forest for 14 years. Ravana kidnapped Sita, took her away to Lanka, and she was kept in Ashokavana. Rama Lakshmana came down, met Sugriva, Hanumanji, and then all the Vanaras went in search of Sita. Those who went in the southern direction, Hanumanji, Angada, Jambavan, etc. Of all of them, Hanumanji crossed the ocean. He searched for Sita, located her, identified her, spoke to her, gave Rama's ring to her. In turn, she gave to him the Chudamani. He also had an audience with this Ravana and then came back. We know that story. Now, when Hanumanji was still searching for Sita in Ravana's palace, as soon as he enters Lanka, he goes house to house, house to house, house to house, he goes searching for her. Then he enters into Ravana's palace also. It's very beautifully described in Valmiki Ramayana. That is why that section is called Sundara. Everything is beautiful over there. So even Ravana's palace, the glory, the luxury over there is so beautifully described in Sundarkand. So when Hanumanji is slowly in the dark, walking around in Ravana's palace, searching for Sita, because he thinks that Ravana must have hid Sita in the palace. Slowly when he is searching for her, he hears a sound, faint sound from a room. He unbolts it over there. And then when he goes inside, whom does he see? He sees Shani Bhagavan over there tied up. So he says, you are over here in difficulty, because he is all tied up over there. Immediately Hanumanji goes and releases Shani Bhagavan from the bondage. And he says, now you can go. Shani Bhagavan is very happy. He says, I am the one who gives sankata or difficult. I am supposed to give difficulties to everybody, but I myself got into sankata, into difficulty. And you are the one who released me from sankata. I am very happy with you, Hanumanji. But, he says, my drishti has fallen on you also. And even you cannot escape difficulties. Why? My gaze has fallen on you. It's a law of nature. On whomsoever my gaze falls, that person will have to go through some difficulty. Little or more, big or small, but some kashta will come to that person. So now I have to, because my gaze has fallen on you, I will have to give you some trouble. Now you better be prepared to receive from my side difficulties, is what Shani Bhagavan told Hanumanji. Hanumanji told him, wait. You can give me trouble. You can give me kashta. But let me finish off my job, please. I have come on a mission. I have to locate Sita and go back and report it to Rama. So after all that, sure, you can give me trouble. Whatever you want, you can give me trouble, you can give me difficulties, but just let go of me for these few days, for this time interval. Shani Bhagavan said, okay, because after all he had been released. So he said, okay, I will be waiting for an appropriate time after you meet Rama and give to him the news of Sita. When you find her, he has not yet found her still, then sometime I will come to you. He said, yes, okay, agreed. So then when Hanumanji met Sita and then he came back, again crossed the ocean back, went back to Kishkinda where Rama and Lakshmana were there, gave the news to Rama that he had found Sita, communicated everything. Then we know they all started towards Lanka. So Rama, Lakshmana, Sugriva's entire Vanara army, Jambavan, Angada, Hanumanji, all of them left for the south. When they came to the end of the country, tip of Bharat, Hanumanji knows everything. Now the ocean has to be crossed. All of them can't fly. So what happened? They started building the Setu, bridge, to connect the end of Bharat with the other end of Lanka. So across the ocean, they started building the bridge. How did they start building the bridge? They started building the bridge with whatever material was available there. Trees, they uprooted huge trees, carried them and tossed them into the ocean. Huge boulders, big rocks. All the Vanaras were very mighty and strong. Why? They were all amshas, partial manifestation or incarnation of the Devatas. Why? They were all come to support Rama and Rama's Karya. So when the Lord comes down, He doesn't come down alone. He comes down with all of them because they are all needed. Again over there, cooperative endeavor. Many times we say, I don't want anybody's help. I don't want anybody's help. I can do it. And of course, I am indispensable also. So without me, nobody else can do it. See, we arrogate to ourselves. Even if we, number by alone, do accomplish a piece of job also, whatever is involved in that job, it can be things, even things, because beings, we have said, I don't want anybody. How did they all come into our life? So support system, it will always be there. It is always necessary. We need things, we need beings. We can't just say, I will do everything alone. These are all small messages for us from the Ramayana. From the Ramayana, from the Puranas, from the Mahabharata, etc. So therefore, over there, all of them were helping the Lord to construct the Setu. It's called as Rama Setu. So when the construction of the Setu was going on the side, Shani Bhagavan was waiting for an appropriate time. So he thought, this is the most appropriate time for me to go, because he has already gone and reported it back to Rama that he has seen Sita, etc. So therefore he thought, this is the right time for me to trouble and put some difficulties into Hanumanji's life. Therefore he came over there when the Setu was being constructed. Shani Bhagavan came and met Hanumanji and said, now I have come, I feel this is the right appropriate time for me to give you little kashta, some kashta, and therefore be ready for it. Hanumanji was too busy to even acknowledge Shani Bhagavan. He was running around carrying boulders, carrying trees, huge trees, and tossing them into the ocean along with the others. So he said, you can do whatever you want. Now he cannot say again, go away. He said, you can do whatever you want, but I am busy with my work. So, and we know that Hanumanji needs to use his hands and legs for the construction of the Setu. Hands he needs, legs he needs to run. So therefore Hanumanji said to Shani Bhagavan, if you want to give me a difficulty, sit on my head and give difficulty. It's a way of saying. Any burden, we always say, burden means on the shoulder or on the head. Lot of weight on me. We are not talking about kg weight or suitcase placed on our head or on our shoulder. Burden, weight. It can be difficulties, it can be problems. We say they are heavy on my head, they are heavy on my shoulder. I want somebody to lift it up, to take it off me. So Hanumanji told Shani Bhagavan, you can sit on my head. Shani Bhagavan thought that's the right thing to do. Sit on his head and then give him some trouble. He was very happy, and therefore Shani Bhagavan went and sat on Hanumanji's head. Hanumanji was not bothered. He didn't in the least feel anxious, restless, agitated. He continued to do his work. What was he doing? Lifting up huge rocks, placing them on his head and bringing them and putting it into the ocean. Now when he started lifting huge rocks, solid heavy rocks, and when he started putting it on his head was Shani Bhagavan. Shani Bhagavan got crushed. He was sandwiched literally between the rock and Hanumanji's head. And huge boulders they are, very heavy. So every time Hanumanji put a huge rock on his head, Shani Bhagavan started feeling the pain. It became unbearable. He tried to maintain his cool and his balance, but then after a certain point he couldn't. He couldn't take it anymore. The pain was too much. And therefore what did Shani Bhagavan do? He jumped off Hanumanji's head. And then he said to Hanumanji, I thought I could give kashta to you, sankata to you, but no, I couldn't. Why? You are the one, to the whole world, to all the people, I am the one who gives kashta, who gives trouble. And when I got into trouble, when I got into sankata, you are the one who relieved me of my sankata. And when I tried to sit on your head and give you sankata, I got into sankata again. Second time this is. Now who is giving him sankata? Hanumanji is giving him sankata indirectly through the heavy rocks. So therefore Shani Bhagavan concluded, nobody in the world can ever give you kashta or difficulty. Nothing is impossible for you. Amongst all the planets, we are told Mangala and Shani are the most powerful. Both of them, if there is any adverse effect or influence of these two planets, all that we have to do is invoke Hanumanji. So therefore, Shani Bhagavan said, from today onwards, you will be called as Sankat Mochan Hanuman. Mochana means to relieve. Relieve us of what? Relieve us of Sankata. So who will relieve us of our Sankata? Hanumanji will relieve us of our Sankata. So therefore, Hanumanji became called. That's the title that Shani Bhagavan gave to Hanumanji. You will be called from today onwards Sankat Mochan Hanuman. And whoever comes and worships you, they will be relieved of their Sankata. And especially on my day, Shani Bhagavan's day, Saturn's day is Saturday. So normally on Saturday we go to Hanumanji's temple. We also go to Shani Bhagavan's temple. Shani Bhagavan's temple and then go to Hanumanji's temple and then come back. So any adverse effect of Shani Bhagavan will be removed or will be made less if we invoke Hanumanji on Saturday. Who is the one who gave this boon? Shani Bhagavan himself said this. So on any Saturday, which is my day, which is the day dedicated to me, given to me, he said, if anybody worships you, invokes you, prays to you, manakrama vachana dhyana jo lave, all their sankata will go away. That's how Hanumanji became known as Sankat Mochan Hanuman. Even on Tuesday, we worship Hanumanji. These are the two planets which are very, very powerful in our horoscopes. I mean, if they are placed unfavorably, then we know a lot of trouble, problems, challenges, difficulties can come to a person. Therefore, we will see people going to Hanumanji's temple both on Tuesday, Mangalavara, and on Saturday, Shanivara. So he got the name Sankata Mochana Hanuman, indicating to us how Hanumanji got this title, Sankat Mochan Hanuman. So we will move ahead. The next shloka over here, 27th one. Sabpar Rama Tapasvi Raja, Tinake Kaja Sakala Tumasaja. A very simple verse over here. Word meaning is Sabpar Rama Tapasvi Raja. Rama is amongst all the tapasvis. Tapasvis means rishis, sadhus, munis. Those are leading a very, very quiet, meditative life, a life full of penance, a life full of tapas, austerity. Such people we call as tapasvis. Tulsidas ji calls Rama as Tapasvi ka Raja. So many people are there. So many sadhus are there, sants are there, munis are there, who are performing their penance. Of all of them, Rama, you are the king of munis. You are the king of sadhus and sants. Is what Tulsidas ji indicates over here to us. So he has called Rama as Tapasvi Raja. Why did he address Rama as Tapasvi Raja? We should know. And the second line is Tinake Kaja Sakala Tumasaja. And we all know Hanumanji is the one who was able to accomplish successfully all of Rama's work. Which Rama is being described over here as Tapasvi Raja. The shloka meaning is very simple. Why did Tulsidas ji call Rama as Tapasvi Raja? The entire Hanuman Chalisa over here is not just a stotra for us. It's a mini scripture for us all. It all depends on what we want to take from it. So if a person as a bhakta goes into this Hanuman Chalis, wherein Hanumanji, he is for him a saguna who has got a form, then saguna bhakti over there. He will revel in the Lord's glories. Supposing an Advaita sadhak, a person who is walking the path of Advaita, if he enters into Hanuman Chalis, what is the message that he will get from here? He will get the message about a Jivatma, Hanumanji, Paramatma, Rama on the other side, how the Jivatma, wherever he is, whatever he is, can walk. So the path also is indicated in the Hanuman Chalis. What is the path that he should walk? The Jnana Marga, to reach home, to reach Brahman, the nameless, the formless, because Advaita. Finally, Jivatma and Paramatma become one. So he will read into it a different message. So the same Hanuman Chalis is there. How we read into it will depend on how we are. The text is the same. If a youth enters into it, let's say a student, what should he aspire for? What should his goal be? What is the path that he should take as a student? So where he is, how he should be, what path he should take, what are the various qualities and characteristics that he should nurture and nourish within him, what should be his goal, and also how to reach the goal. He will read that message over here. A person who is working probably in an MNC, in a big company, a professional, if they enter into it, they will get a beautiful message over here as to how they can be successful and become fulfilled in their field of work. A leader, a politician, if they enter into Hanuman Chalis, they will know what should be their goal, what should be the characteristics that they have to inculcate within themselves, quality that they should inculcate within themselves. What is the path that they have to walk? What have they chosen? As a politician, it should be welfare of the entire people. So how should all of that be seen? It's a collective. It's a huge, it's not a family or 2 or 3 families. It's the entire community or the society, a state at large or a country at large. So it's not easy. How should they be serving over there? What is the path that they have to walk? All of them are indicated over here in Hanuman Chalis. It's not just that when we are sick or when we are in difficulty, we should just take up the Hanuman Chalis and chant it. That is also over there. But these are all divine texts, small texts, that's all, of 40 verses. But they're all so profound. Over here, Tulsidas ji calls Rama, or he says, Rama is Tapasvika Raja. Who is Rama over there? Rama is, right now he has gone to the forest 14 years. Afterwards he will come back. And when he comes back, what will he be? He will become the king. So therefore he will be a Raja over there. But how should the Raja be? Tapasvi Raja. So beautiful over there. Directly this talks about a person who is at a very high ranking. It can be a politician, it can be the boss of a company, it can be even a principal of a college, holding a higher rank, starting from maybe a head of the department or a principal up to CM, PM, president, etc. How should that person be? They should be a Raja outside, and they should be a Tapasvi within themselves. It's so beautiful it is. Otherwise, why should Tulsidas ji call Rama as Tapasvi Raja? Of all the Tapasvis, he is a Raja, or other way around, Tapasvi Raja. One word we can take it. So outside, yes, a Raja. There is luxury around him, there is riches around him. He is living in a palace. A Raja cannot go and live in a hut over there. Lot of food over there and everything over there. glory is there, fame is there, might is there, power is there. People are there to serve a Raja. But within himself, how should he be? Should he be egoistic, arrogant, full of vanity because he has got so much? He can order and command anything. Everything is in his hand. He should be a tapasvi like. And Rama was like that. That is why Ramayana is not just a story for children. Ramayana is one text which actually as children it should become a part of the syllabus of children, not at the college level. At the school level it should start. Graded exercise. Rama in the Ramayana and all the characters that come in the Ramayana. Very beautifully it talks about relationship, it talks about duties and responsibilities, it talks about everything. It talks about simply how a person should be. It talks about Dharma, how we should be in this place, in this time, in this situation, which will take care of my welfare and well-being along with everybody's welfare and well-being. That is what is called as Dharma. Simplest meaning. Rama teaches us that. That is why Rama is called as an embodiment of personification of Dharma. There was no ego in him at all. When Dasharatha called him and said, next day you will be, you will be crowned. Tyagaraja Swami writes a very beautiful song. There is a kirtan over there. When Dasharatha called him and said, tomorrow, next day, you will be crowned, Rama had a prasanna vadana. We can translate it as a smile on his face, to make it very simple, because prasannata cannot be translated into English. So he had a smile on his face. There was cheer, peace was there, happiness was there, innocence was there, simplicity was there on his face. Next moment he was called and told, you have to go to the forest for 14 years. And you have to live like a tapasvi. Tyagaraja Swami says, the same smile was there on his face. It didn't change even a little, that prasanna vadana. It didn't change at all. That Rama is my Lord, he says. So for Rama, nothing mattered. Any situation was welcome to him. It can be pratikula, it can be anukula. There is one more song that Tyagaraja Swami has written. He is one of the musician saints. He says, why did you take up this avatar? It's in Telugu. I want to know, Rama, why did you take up this avatar? I mean, Vishnu has taken up this avatar. Please tell me at least now, for whose sake you took up this avatar? But whoever it is, so beautifully he says, whoever it is, for whose sake you took up this avatar, Rama, my salutations unto him. Obviously, we all feel that Bhagavan Vishnu came down as Rama only for Ravana and Kumbhakarna, to kill Ravana and Kumbhakarna. It's not just that. Bhagavan could have done it from Vaikuntha itself. Of course, he wanted it, he had to come as in a human form, that's different. To tackle and kill the negative forces is not an issue for the Lord at all. So it's not that the Lord came down as Rama only to kill Ravana and Kumbhakarna, to destroy the wicked and the evil. Along with that, it is to support and to protect the good, opposite. And also to establish Ramarajya. What is Ramarajya? Dharmarajya it is. Therefore he came down. So the purpose behind it is larger than just to kill Ravana and Kumbhakarna. Therefore Tyagaraja Swami said, for whatever it is you came down, whatever be the purpose or for whomever you came down, whom did he come down for? He came down for us. Why? To set up the role model. What is Ramarajya? We should know, role model. We have to have a standard. We say, oh, if you want to buy this particular sari, you should go only to that shop. Why? It's a standard for us. If you go there, you will get very good stuff. Any other place, it won't be good. So we have standards in our life. To buy clothes or to buy provisions or to buy jewelry, for anything there are standards. and we go only there. Similarly, what is meant by a golden period for a country or for a society or for a community? Standards had to be set up. Who set it up? Rama set it up. That's why Ramayana it's more important and relevant for all of us. Ramayana becomes more relevant only because of this. Not just the story of Rama going and then killing Ravana and Kumbhakarna. So therefore he says over there, for whosever sake you came down, I offer my salutations unto them. And in that song very beautifully he talks about, and he calls Rama there very interestingly. He first uses the word Rama and then he says Muniraja. He addresses Rama as Muniraja. Over here Tulsidas ji has addressed Rama as Tapasvi Raja. Muni means tapasvi only. How masters are all at the same plane, at the same frequency they are all. All our masters are great. Whichever time they belong to, whichever state they may be coming from, whichever deity they may be worshipping, it just doesn't matter at all. They're all great. So here he is called as Tapasvi Raja. There Tyagaraja Swami calls him as Muni Raja, which is the same as Tapasvi Raja. And why does he say so? In the Ramayana itself it comes. Rama says, I am not going to be a slave, or I don't want to be a slave to material gains. I want to align myself with Dharma, with righteousness that is practiced by, or that is validated by rishis. He says that over there. So put Rama anywhere, he is comfortable, he is happy. The same peace of mind, the same prasanna vadana. And then over there in the same song, he talks about Rama's name, he talks about Rama's form, and he talks about Rama's character. Character means glory. Story, glory, character, very beautiful. He says over there, your name, Ramanama, Rama Rupa and Ramacharita. He highlights all of them. Whenever we go to a concert, we go just to hear the song. And if you are a little bit of a musician, which raga is it, which tala is it, who wrote the song? And yes, that musician sang very well. That's all. If we have listened to it. Many of us go to a concert and come back without listening also. We are busy talking to our friend. But all these songs are so beautiful if we enter into it. So he talks about Ramanama, Ramarupa and Ramacharita over there in that same song. He says over there, your name is just not a name. It's glorified by the Vedas itself. How Ramanama comes. Ra, taken out from the Ashtakshari mantra, Om Namo Narayanaya, means I offer my salutations to Narayana. What does Narayana mean? Nara plus Ayana. Nara means we human beings. Ayana means pilgrimage or journey. So if a Nara, an ordinary individual, walks the path, the right path, the spiritual path, it will lead him to Narayana state. Lord Narayana. Whether it is Saguna or Nirguna, it doesn't matter. From this mantra, if we take away Ra, it becomes Na Ayana. Reverse meaning. Na Ayana means I don't have any path. I don't have any hope. To progress, there is nothing for me. It becomes negative. So Ra is called as the Jiva, life of Narayana mantra. There is another song written by Tyagaraja Swami himself, indicating this also. Then the other powerful mantra, Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Panchakshara means Namah Shivaya. Again over there, Namah Shivaya means I offer my salutations onto Shiva. Shiva means auspiciousness, Mangalatva, Shubhatva. He is a very embodiment of auspiciousness. From this mantra, if we take away Ma, it becomes Na Shivaya, inauspiciousness. Nobody wants to even say it. So therefore, Ma is supposed to be the life of the Shiva mantra, Panchakshara mantra and Ashtakshara mantra. Vasishtha, sage Vasishtha, who is the royal guru of the solar dynasty, is supposed to have taken out the Ra from the Ashtakshari mantra, Ma from the Panchakshari mantra, put them together and made it into Rama. So just by saying Rama, it's so easy. 2 letters, 2 akshara, Purandara says. It's so easy for us to chant. It's not at all difficult. The smallest mantra, Rama. If you want, we can add Sri Rama, Jai Sri Rama, Om, all of that we can add. We can just keep on saying Rama, 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 Rama. So if we chant the Lord's name, Rama's name, it is equivalent to chanting the Vaishnava mantra and the Shaiva mantra. We will get the benefit of both of them. And it is called as Taraka mantra. Why? It will help us to cross the ocean of samsara. Who knows all this? Hanumanji knows. Valmiki knows. Shiva knows in Kashi. So Rama Nama itself is very, very powerful. The whole Ramayana is compared to the Gayatri. We won't go into all those details. It's not just a story written by Valmiki. Like how we all write a story for the children. They want a story and then they say, Mummy, please write a story. Once upon a time there was a kingdom. We start off like that. It's not like that at all. So therefore there is so much over there. Depth is there, vastness is there. There is so much for us to learn from the characters and from every incident that comes in the Ramayana. And for whom? For all of us. So therefore Tyagaraja Swami says, your name has been glorified by the Vedas. Shiva himself says in one of the Puranas, Sahasranama Tattulyam, Parvati asks him, is there an easy method of chanting the Sahasranama? Because it will take long time, chanting all the 1,000 names of the Lord. In the Vishnu Sahasranama, we chant this at the end. Minimum 20-25 minutes. Is there an easy method? He says, yes, there is an easy method. What is it? Say Rama, Rama, Rama 3 times. Vishnu Sahasranama over. Why? Ra is associated with our Sanskrit aksharas are associated with the numerals, numbers. So Ra means 2. Ma means 5. So therefore, if we bring Ra and Ma together, it is 2 and 5. We don't add, we multiply in our tradition. That's why they always say 2 times more, 3 times more, 10 times more, 100 times more, the pala you will get. Or even it can be punishment also. 10 times more terribly you will be punished. It's always multiplication. So 2 and 5, 2 into 5 is 10. So once we say Rama, it's equivalent to taking 10 names of the Lord. Rama, Rama, 10 into 10, 100, Ashtottara. 3 times if we say Rama, 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 10 into 10 into 10, 1000. But we shouldn't justify and every time keep saying there is no time, becoming lazy and then saying, today I finished off my Vishnu Sahasranama. Why? We said, we chanted 3 times Rama's name. It's only in an emergency or in a crisis, and Bhava also. Lord will see everything over there. Our motive, our intent, all that. So therefore he says, your name is glorified by the Vedas. What about his beautiful form, Rama's form? It surpasses all the Devatas. He says, Brahma, Rudra, Adi. 33 crore Devatas are there, all so beautiful. All beauty put together is Rama's beauty. Again there are songs, Mohana Rama, Lavanya Rama. So that's regarding the form. Everybody just would stand like a statue just looking at Rama's form. Beautiful form. They've never ever seen such a beautiful form before. Lavanyadali node lokamohakanaya. Dasaru says, when it comes to beauty, he is the one who can enchant the whole world. That is his beauty, form. And what about his charita, his glory, his stories over there? It gives delight to all those who go into his glories and stories. And it is incomparable. Why? His charita, Rama charita we are talking about, and Rama's glory becomes a role model for all of us. It sets up standards for all of us. Just that one word, Tapasvi, we can go on and on with that. Never ending it will be. So that Tapasvi Raja, who is he? Rama. His Karya, who did? Hanumanji did. Can there be anything more greater than that? You all say, what a bhagya Hanumanji's was. Why? He did not serve an ordinary person. He served a person whom did he serve? Rama himself. What more bhagya a person needs? Again, Tyagaraja Swami writes about Lakshmana. Lakshmana is the avatar of Adishesha. He says, Saumitri bhagyame bhagya. How fortunate and how blessed Lakshmana is. He need not have gone to the forest, yet he went. And he got the privilege of serving Rama in difficult time, difficult in quotes. Rama never ever felt it difficult. Serving Rama in a palace is different. Serving Rama in the forest is different. Who got that bhagya? Lakshmana got. Bharata wanted it. He said, let's exchange places. Therefore, when Bharata went back with Rama's Paduka, he lived exactly the way Rama and Lakshmana were living. They're all role models for all of us. These beautiful characters, they set up standards for us. And when we have a story riding upon all these strong characters, and if we put it across to the children, it will sink into them. It will stay with them. And at some point of time in their lives, it will help them. Better than fictional stories. I'm not saying fictional stories are not good. Moral based fictional stories. Those characters are just taken imaginary characters. Here these characters are very, very powerful. So when we talk about these characters, their characteristics, their qualities, their relationship with other characters, what did they achieve, their might, their glory, what did they do, what they did not do, why they did what they did, and why they did not do what they did not do. It stays with children. It stays even with us. But to mold children is easier. And once it has been put across to them, it will stay with them. At some point of time in their lives, it will help them all. So, next shloka. Aur manorata jo koi lavai, soi amita jivana phala pavai. If he has done all of Rama's work, which was so difficult, crossing the ocean, searching for Sita, meeting her, talking to her, killing Ravana's army which came to destroy him in Ashokavana itself. He killed Ravana's son also. He got an audience with Ravana. They set fire to his tail. He set fire to whole Lanka over there. Coming back again, helped build the Setu over there. All of this, he is so beautiful. It looked like it was so effortless and so easy for him. For anybody else, it would have been impossible. But for him, bringing the Sanjeevani, what did Hanumanji not do? And for whom did he do? He did it all for Rama. Who is Rama? Tapasvi Raja. If he could accomplish so much of these impossible, so-called impossible tasks, very, very difficult tasks, what to talk about our little desires? Manoratha means desire. Or manoratha jo koi lave. Whatever be our little desires, for Hanumanji it is absolutely insignificant. Even if we want lakhs and crores, it's nothing for him. What will we ask him? We don't even know what to ask. We will only ask from our standpoint. Will we ask him to give us mukti, moksha? Rare cases. But the majority of us will only go to him for our little desires. For him, it's very, very easy to fulfill all our desires. So whatever be our manoratha, whatever be our desires, if we go to him, soi amita jivana palapave. He will give to us, he will fulfill our desires. Will he exactly fulfill that much only? If we are, no, he will fulfill a little extra also. Because mita means finite, little, condition. Amita means infinite, more. Hanumanji has got that character with him. If we ask him for little, he will give us more. If we ask him for more, he will give us even more. That's the nature of the Lord. We are not like that. If somebody asks us for little, out of that we will give even more little. Because we are all miserly people. Bhagavan is not like that. He will give more than what we always ask. Why? He loves us so much. Even when Rama said, go meet Sita and come back. That was what was given to him as a mission. What did he do? He accomplished even more than that. He met Sita, and then he told her, he had in his mind that he should meet this Ravana and try to advise him also. So we know he destroyed the Ashokavana to attract attention. He killed so many of those Rakshasas, Ravana's son again. So he instilled fear in all of them. And he said, I am the weakest Vanara that has come over here. So he instilled fear in them. If the weakest Vanara can do so much of havoc, if the entire Vanara army comes, what will they do? So he shook their, this thing, courage. And then he met Ravana over there, advised him, but Ravana will not listen to him. Therefore he set fire to his tail and he burnt up the whole Lanka and he came back. Supposing somebody tells us to do gives us a piece of job, we normally will do only that much. Why? I have been told only to do this much. Supposing I do a little extra, it may be okay, it may not be okay. That's also there. It can be anukula or it can be pratikula to the person who told us do this. So better for us, safe for us to do whatever they have told us. That's it. But Hanumanji does extra. And is it anukula or pratikula to Rama? It becomes anukula to him. So therefore over here, whenever we ask him for anything, small little desires, we are all householders. Sure, he will give it to us. But how much will he give? He will give more than what we need. In fact, we can't take in that much Bhagavan will give to us if we go to him sincerely. Charo juga paratapa tumara, he parasiddha jagata ujayara. All the four yugas, everybody has been singing only your glories. And in Jagat means all the 12 worlds. So see, space and time both have been taken care of over here. Our science tells us space is there, time is there. Space means length, breadth. Space means we are all in a space. So length, breadth, height, 3-dimensional plus 1 time. So we are all living in a 4-dimensional world. We thought only our physics told us this. It's there in the Puranas. Desha Kala. Desha means space, Kala means time. So 4-dimensional world has been mentioned in our Vedas. In our scriptures it is mentioned. By the way, they mention it. So Jagat means all the 14 worlds, space. And in all the 14 worlds, who is there? Beings are there. Whether it is divine beings, celestial beings, semi-divine beings, we all mortal beings, or in the lower worlds, other species are all living over there. Beings are different types of living creature. All of them are singing only your glory. So space taken care of. Chara yugas. Yugas come and go only in time. One yuga means a number of years. Huge number of years. Time. Hanumanji is supposed to be one who lives through all the yugas. Why he is Chiranjeevi? He is Mrityunjaya. Because he is Shiva's Amsha itself. So in all the 4 yugas and in all the worlds, so space and time both taken care of, everybody is only singing your glories and singing your glories and singing your glories. Sadhu Santake Tumurakavare Asura Nikandana Rama Dulare. Who is he? This has earlier come in a different way. You are the one who protects. Rakavare means to do rakshana, to protect, to give shelter. Whom will he give shelter? To whom will he protect? Sadhu Santake Tumarakavare. So it's very clear over here. Good people. Sadhu Santa means good people, noble people, virtuous people, righteous people, or who are always walking the path of Dharma. So you will always be there with them. Again, there are so many songs. Whoever was with Hanuman, they were blessed, fortunate. Good happened to them. But whoever was there on Bali's side, he represents adharma for us, he got destroyed. So therefore, on whose side should we be? We should be on Hanumanji's side. If we invoke Hanumanji, then sure he will protect us. And to invoke him, some little bit of goodness should be there in us. Those who are walking the path of unrighteousness, the Rakshasic type of people, the Asuric type of people, they never ever invoke the Lord. So sadhu santake tumu rakavare. You are the one who protects all the noble people, virtuous people, the good people, the righteous people. Asuranikandana, opposite of that. And the asuric people, the rakshasic people, the bad people, the unrighteous people, you will completely annihilate them. That is being. But if Hanumanji enters into our heart, internal, all the bad qualities in us, the negative energy in us, the negativities in us, all will go away. And what will completely come and occupy our heart? The positivity, the positiveness, the good qualities. Once the bad is out, the good will be inside us. That is why we invoke him. Asuranikandana Rama Dulare. Dulare means dear, dearest, darling. You are Rama's darling. You are the dearest to Rama. I don't think anybody is more dear to Rama than Hanumanji. Therefore, he is being addressed as Rama Dulare. In the Mahabharata war, Arjuna meets Hanumanji. That's a different story. And Hanumanji tells Arjuna, you are on the side of justice. You are on the side of truth. You are on the side of Dharma, righteousness. Therefore, in future, he knows that there is going to be a war. In Krishna's presence, Hanumanji tells Arjuna, when the war comes, we don't know when it is going to happen, but sure it is going to happen, the Kurukshetra war. And when that comes, sure I will be there with you. I will sit right on top of your chariot. And one roar from me will send shivers down the people who are on the path of unrighteousness. I will be there to protect you. Therefore, if we see that Bhagavad Gita scene, the chariot scene, chariot is there, horses are there, Krishna is the Sarathi over there, charioteer, the reins of the horses are in his hand, Arjuna is behind him, right on top of the chariot, Hanumanji will be there. Either they will keep a small little deity Hanumanji there, or there will be a flag, and on that flag Hanumanji will be there. Where Hanumanji is, there can never be destruction, there can never be defeat, there can never be loss. That is for sure. So therefore, sadhu santake tumu rakavare asura nikandana Rama Dulare. The next shloka or the verse, we will go through it in the next class.